I remember as a little girl being with my mom and my dad and spending weekends. If we wasn't fishing or crabbing or playing games or something like that, my dad would go through the encyclopedia books, and we had some childcraft books, and he would ask me and my brother which alphabet did we want to go over today. And me and my brother would go and we would pick A, B, or whatever alphabet we hadn't went through quite yet. And we would go over there and we would literally spend a whole day in an encyclopedia on a Saturday or a Sunday, learning about all of the different words and the different things that started with an A or B or whatnot. So my earliest, fondest memories of education started at home with my parents and my older brother. Now, my beliefs and my intents about education is wrapped up into one simple word for me. It's the word change. This word right here, CHANGE. Now, I know change is one of those words that we're not comfortable with, that we don't really like a whole lot, but with education, with knowledge, and with learning, it all becomes clear to us. Education is key to the change that we need to help our students be able to be prepared for the world that they are going to live in. I think about my own life and how much having an education has changed my life, not as far as my work and things like that, but my personal life. The way I think, the way I see the world, the way I internalize things, the way I am slow to speak, because I'm thinking about making the right response to the person. So as I created this blog and I created this post, this is totally out of my comfort zone. Now, if you was to meet me in person, I'm different. But coming here on the internet is it's a challenge for me, okay? It's totally out of my element. It's totally out of my norm. But guess what? I am loving it. So instead of me writing, I chose to speak to you because I wanted to be able to relate to my audience, be able to let you guys understand where I'm coming from and how important education is to me. I don't know what education is to the next person, but when I stepped into my classroom every single day of the year before the COVID-19 happened, all I thought about was change. Changing children's lives, one child at a time. My true passion was to help the ones like me. And when I say like me, I mean coming from where I come from. Coming from my neighborhood, from my background. I'm a native Houstonian, born and raised in Houston, Texas. Okay, I've traveled a lot of places, been a lot of places, but I've only lived one place, and that is here in Houston, Texas. So I feel like the biggest thing that I can do as a person, as an educator, is to give back to those kids. Let's begin to start bridging those educational gaps. At first, it was a thing that they did not have exposure to technology. Now they have exposure to technology. With smartphones and things like that, these learning apps are able to be accessed at home on these kids' devices from their mom's smartphone or from their own smartphone, because most of them have it. So the real issue that we face now is that everybody needs to be willing to embrace the change. There's a lot of, I want to be careful with the words I use, so I don't want to use words like resistance and things like that, but it has been a lot of pushback behind the new normal. The one thing that I can agree with, that I say that I wholeheartedly agree with, is the fact that the kids are still being educated, which is number one. The children are still being educated. In the middle of a whole crisis, a whole pandemic, the children are still being educated. So that is one thing that I feel is being done correctly. The thing that I feel that is being done wrong is that we as the educators, as the people in charge, administration, the districts, we need to be able to embrace and welcome the change with open arms. Because believe it or not, the students love it. The students love getting on their computers, logging into a Zoom and seeing their teacher, being able to work on an assignment while she's talking. They enjoy multitasking because, mind you, we're educating them for the world they're going to live in, not for our worlds. And we have to get out of that. My core belief about digital learning is really simple. It's that it works. And why do I believe it works? Because I'm doing it now. I did it when I was an undergrad. When I was in high school, it was slowly being introduced into the curriculum. I was slowly having to start typing papers and turn them into my teachers. So that's why I believe that it works. It works if people are willing to allow it to work. We have to embrace it.